Hi guys, welcome back to Ravenly. I'm
I'm
Sarah,
Sophie.
And I'm Bella.
and today we wanted to talk about something that's been on all of our minds, probably most of our lives, which is like the external pressures that we feel from other people,
Mhm.
specifically adults and our parents and our teachers and our ACT
Oh,
tutors.
girl, you just added me right out of the gate.
Yeah. Sophie, go ahead and tell
Go
us
off.
about the ACT.
Okay, so I am prepping for the ACT right now, it's I enjoy test taking. I know I'm weird, but that's only when I get a good score. So I'm kind of like if my AC tutor ACT see, I should not be taking the ACT.
You
If my
got this.
ACT tutor is listening to this right now, hey Queen, the reason why I've been pushing back appointments is because I've been procrastinating taking these practice tests because I'm very worried about what people will think of me if I get a certain score. So I did well, like unexpectedly well on my last couple practice tests, just because like I was in a good mood. I was like going, I was like, yes, yes, yes. I like made time for myself. And that's because it was like my first couple times that I was doing these practice tests, so I really had nothing to compare it to. And now I have a pretty good score. Okay, for my standards, it's a pretty good score. And I'm just kind of like, oh, if I do worse, and then what will like my parents think or like my tutor think? And I know that it's like time to practice, but it's like also, what if I do badly on the tests and like this is reflective of that? And I know that it's all going to be okay in the end, but I've just been putting it off. And now I have my tutoring tomorrow and I have to take three practice tests. Um, not like three practice sections. I have to take like a math and English and a
Mm.
reading section. She doesn't make me take whole tests at a time. That's a lot of time. But then anyways, I've been putting it off for 2 weeks now, and my appointment is tomorrow, and I literally don't have time in my day to take these tests because I also work. And Bella informed me that apparently if you're procrastinating, it's because you don't want to feel a certain emotion regarding whatever you have to do, and mine is disappointing people around me on a freaking practice test. So that's my sitch right now, and I'm really not vibing with that. I wish I would have just taken the practice test and gotten them out of the way, but now the appointment is tomorrow, and I'm trying to push it back, but I really don't want to push it back that far because then it leaves me less time between the next two appointments to do those practice tests. Anyways, it's a whole big deal. Don't get a job if you're not ready for it. Anyways, that's just the consequences that I have to do for minimum wage, you know. Um, but I've been really enjoying my job, so no freaking big deal. Um, but yeah,
Oh yeah, your new job.
new job, you guys. Come to Burger Lounge in Del Mar. If I'm working there, you will get to hear my little customer service voice. It's really exciting.
Very cute, very cute.
But it is causing me to procrastinate a lot. So I'm staring at my ACT books right now. I'm sitting on my shelf that I built myself, no biggie. And it's really like it's hurting my brain right now. Like I can't
It's
pay
hurting my.
attention in class because I'm procrastinating. Anyways,
Well, I think I wonder if you're just because I notice when I have a lot going on, I get super overwhelmed and then I crash and I can't do anything.
hmm
Yeah.
like literally
I
the amount of
you have
TikToks
a
I've
lot on your
watched.
plate.
Like
You have a lot on your plate, girl.
literally, thank you for recognizing that. For real, if anybody else is going through this, whether it's ACT prep or like literally just like, oh, I have to, I don't know, do my homework and it takes like 15 minutes, but I'm not doing it and it's due at midnight. Literally, here's the thing. You need to realize how much is on your plate. And I remember last year, I had a lot on my plate, and Sarah gave me some really good advice that I always remember, where she was like, just
Mm.
make a list of what you have to worry about. I was like, how's that going to help me? And then I did it. Oh my gosh. Like literally like it helped me recognize just how little is on my plate. You know what I'm saying? Like your
Mm.
brain kind of like amplifies whatever. So it's like
Yeah.
if I'm like, oh my gosh, like I have so much to do. I have homework for all my classes and I have work and I have this ACT part, blah blah blah. Like that's only three things. And also like the homework might not be due for a couple days.
Mhm.
Or it might be due at midnight. And like you work till if you work till 9, you have 3 freaking hours to do that homework. And if you don't procrastinate within those 3 hours, you can get it done. and like just kind of getting out of your little comfort zone of like just watching TikToks or YouTube or freaking dream speed runs to the end of Minecraft. Oh my gosh.
Oh
Literally,
my gosh.
I've watched so many of those, and there are only like 3 that I've watched. I've just watched them over and over. Anyways,
But I wonder if like that's what your body just needs right now. Just time to not use your brain
yeah.
and then look at
But
content
here's the
like
thing.
that kind of stuff in TikTok.
Here's what I have realized. If you're just, for me, if I'm just like watching videos but I have a ton of stuff to do, I'm not going to
You're
be able
not
to enjoy.
relaxing.
I'm not going to be able to enjoy
Yeah.
that. So I need to get it out of the way so that I can have that enjoyable time. You like push
Yeah.
through to have that like enjoyable time. Like if you're working out and you're like, oh, I don't want to like, I don't know, run this fast for another however many miles. You do
Yeah.
it so that you don't have to do it anymore. You don't like put it off and like then feel bad later because you didn't run as fast as you would like, or you didn't like make a time that you wanted to do, or like set a goal or whatever. So it's like, why not just get that out of the way? Pain is temporary, for real. Pain is so temporary. Whether it's like actual pain or like mental pain, because like, girl,
Hmm.
oh my gosh, literally, if I don't want to be answering 75 freaking questions about grammar and reading passages. Ew, that's so gross. But once
Right.
I do that, then I'm able to relax and get a good night's sleep without having nightmares about failing the ACT. Like, it's just like, we're all going through a lot right now. And I know that I'm talking a long time, and it's literally been like a long time of me talking, but I just want to say, like, I don't know, just push through and like get it done. And if you can't get it done, then find a time to get it done. Like, set a
What?
time, set a goal. Anyways, I should be taking my own advice because I literally have not gotten anything done in this past week except nothing. I've literally done
I
nothing.
also
Well,
I think it's important to recognize that like the world is gonna happen and it's gonna go and it's gonna continue. Okay, I'll explain myself after I say this because I don't want it to sound mean, but the world is gonna happen and continue and like all that stuff, regardless of how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have, like you said, 3 things on your list, and you could either feel overwhelmed or you could be like, all right, I have 3 things. Let's start with number one, or let's start with number three. Like, who cares, you know? Um, so I think just like remembering that the world is gonna happen regardless of how your mental brain is. So all you can do to make it like as good as possible is just like go with it, you know? You
Mm-hmm.
have to like follow the I don't know, the trajectory of like what's happening because it's gonna happen anyway.
Right. And
So,
if you can change it, try to. Like, if you can push an appointment back, text somebody and be like, hey, I need to push this back. And they'll most likely be like, yeah, that's okay. Like, no worries. And then,
yeah.
like,
And if they're not, then it's okay. Like, move on.
to
Continue. What's
to
next?
take a note from Alcoholics Anonymous, accept the things you cannot change and change the things you cannot accept. For real.
ooh.
Mm.
I know I said that
You know,
mixed up, but
I realized recently, um, so okay, little story time. I met these new friends
Mm-hmm.
and they none of them really seem to care about school
Mm.
and they just want to have fun and like play music and stuff. And then I have my other group of friends where it's like all of them are super like anxious about school and getting stuff
me.
done and
Total
whatnot. And so
opposites.
it's like what I've learned is that you're you only have one life,
Mm-hmm.
and if you want to live it without I feel like it's hard at our school to go through with it um not having your education. I don't know how to explain this. Like,
Like as a
so
priority.
yeah. I mean, of course, like to some extent, it's a lot of our priorities as students, but like it's okay not to feel like it's the end of the world if you don't get a certain score on this test, you know?
Yeah.
Like I've learned that like no matter what happens, I'm gonna be okay.
Mm,
And I have my SAT in a month, and no matter what score I get on that, I'm gonna be okay.
true.
Because one
And
day I'm gonna end up where I'm supposed to
For
be,
real.
and it won't matter.
So true.
that's very true. I I was talking about something very similar with one of my friends. And so, okay, I'm a senior, right? And
Hmm.
I'm still in contact with a lot of my like friends that are freshmen in college now, and which is really cool because I don't know, it's just like you see like a whole new world, you know? But
Yeah.
I was like talking to some of them, and a lot of them have said the same thing, and I know this is what everybody says, but like okay, I can't say names. I mean, I could, but I won't. One of my friends, we were talking about how she has to actually pick like a major now because you know, times she's running out of time. And so she was like, I can't like decide and I don't know exactly what I want to do and all that stuff. And the whole point was that she if she wants to transfer because she's in community college, if she wants to transfer to a like UC or like a really prestigious school, then she has to decide within a few months like what major she wants. If she wants to stay in community college for like a bit more, then she doesn't have to decide and she can totally take a different route and kind of it sounds like that gives her more options of things that she actually wants to do. Um, and we were talking, and she was like, now that I'm in community college and I see like everyone that's in that school and like I see kind of how the real world works, I have completely like gotten rid of the stigma of like if I graduate from a community college, that wouldn't be a bad thing. It would be totally fine because nobody actually cares. And I was like, okay, like that's what everybody says. But she told me that it was almost like how do I explain it? It's just like, I guess, kind of unbelievable how much pressure CCA puts on you. And like,
Yeah.
she still lives here. She lives like at the same house. She just goes to a different school and hangs out with like different people. And she said that the pressure and like the like expectations and the worries of like making sure that you get into the right school, they're all gone. She said that now that she's living like a real life where she works and she goes to school and she hangs out with friends here and there and she has a balance that she's actually like really thriving. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, like I did not expect you to say that at all." And then I kind of compared it to other friends of mine who are at actually like more prestigious schools, and they're miserable. Not all of them, but some of them are miserable. They're like, I honestly don't know how I'm gonna pay this off,
Mm-hmm.
and like, I don't have time to hang out or to make friends because I'm trying to keep up with all of the schoolwork, and it's almost like they're stuck, you
Right.
know? So
Yeah.
I'm not saying that everybody should go to community college. If you want to, go off. If not, go off. But like, it was just shocking to me how obvious and how like drastic that change was. Her perspective was totally different and she was like, I don't know if I want to switch schools because I'm doing so well here and everybody else here is doing like amazing. So, like, I don't know. I think it kind of goes with the whole like am I kind of doing what I want and am I living the way I want to or am I living the way I think I'm supposed to be living? Which I think goes with
Ooh.
um the whole pressure and like expectations and not wanting to, you know, disappoint other people. So that's a question I have for everyone. Are you living the way you want to and what feels best for you or the way you think you should be living?
True. Literally, that's so true.
Damn.
Because, like, especially if people around you are going to, like, really good schools. Like, I was, like, looking on Instagram and I see, oh my gosh, social media again. Pay, freaking poo, stupid. But I'm, like, looking through and I see a friend of mine from elementary school and she's going to MIT. And I'm like, huh? And I'm like,
Whoa.
if she, like, what did she do to get into MIT? And like, she's so smart. And it's like, wait, I, if I go to like some college that is not as prestigious as that, or like, obviously MIT is kind of crazy prestigious, but like, if I didn't, if it's like, you look at acceptance rates and you're like, I'm not going to a college like that has an acceptance rate above whatever it is, 50%, like, let's say. Like, you're limiting yourself from like so many experiences just because of one person's success, you know? Like, the
Or like perspective.
yeah, I mean, like, my brother went to a school that he did not think he would like, and he ended up like making some of his best friends, and like it just completely changed his life. And it's like, it doesn't matter what school you go to, it really doesn't. It just matters like what you make of it. And it's like, you see all these people like going to crazy good schools, and it's like, okay, yeah, like, I'll apply there, sure, but if I don't get in, like, that's why we applied to more than one school, you know? It's like, there is no like guarantee of anything, especially with colleges. And it's like, it doesn't dictate your life. Nobody's going to look at your resume and be like, oh, this person from, I don't know, USC is doing like not as well in their life, but I'm going to pick them over somebody who's doing really well, but who went to like University of Oregon. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to look at the acceptance rates and they're going to be like, oh, let's pick the one with the better college. They're going to like, for jobs, they're going to pick the more, I don't know, well-qualified person, you know? Because like, they could be a D-bag in their interview and they like went to like a really good school, but they're not going to choose them because why would you want a D-bag in your workplace? You know what I'm saying? Unless you're like in stocks or whatever. But anyways, it's so true. But yeah, I just mean, like, it doesn't freaking matter what the acceptance rate is. It doesn't matter. Like, literally, or like how prestigious a school is, or like the US News best colleges ranking, or like niches ranking. Like, that is just such a toxic environment because colleges can pay them to put them higher on the list. And it's like, that doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, I also think it's important to recognize that this doesn't only apply to schools.
Yes.
Like, deciding what you want to do with your life could also be like, am I going to drink this coffee or am I not?
Or like, where you're going to work.
Like, am I going to drink this? Yeah. And like, I also think that a lot of the things we're saying are like lessons you learn by living, you know? Because like right now I'm saying all these things, but about a week ago I was like getting acceptances, and then I got my first rejection and I cried, and then my mom was like, Bella, you're literally fine, like, shut up. And I was like, you know what, you're right, I am fine. Like, she was okay, she didn't say it like that, but she was like, it's okay, like, don't worry, blah blah blah. But she made me realize, like, why are you crying over one no when you've had some yeses? You know? So I think that I don't know. I think you just kind of have to learn and go through it to like understand, because I feel like we say these things over and over again, but we don't actually, like, it doesn't click or it doesn't like stick until you're like, oh, that just happened to me. So okay, I see it now, you know?
Yeah. And it comes with like just being grateful, I think. So like, you can be grateful that you got into these other schools as well, you know?
Yeah.
And like, I was just thinking, because we're talking about pressure, I thought about, so like, I don't know what kind of school I want to go to, but it's probably not going to be something like an Ivy League, because I'm not interested in that. And I was thinking, like, for a second, I just kind of let go, because I realized, like, because when I think about going to schools that aren't as good as some other schools, I'm like, oh my God, my family, like, what would they think? Like, my more distant relatives, because I have cousins that go to Harvard and their parents went to very, very nice liberal arts schools and stuff. And I just kind of realized, like, it's my life, you know? I don't have to go to Harvard.
Yeah.
And they should be happy for me, and they probably will be wherever I go.
For real.
Or even if I mean, I'm gonna go to university because that's what I want to do personally. But even if I didn't, then that's not anyone else's business
Exactly.
besides mine.
Yes, that sounds so nice. I love how
Yeah,
you
for
said
real.
that.
Okay, poet. No
Thank
freaking big
you.
deal.
I should have a
OM
podcast.
freaking G.
That's such a good idea.
Dude, literally, like,
Yeah.
I don't like being stressed. So, if you don't like being stressed, don't set your expectations for yourself too high. That's my little obvious little morsel of advice.
Mm.
It's little
Little
morsels.
morsel.
If you're stressed, don't be. That sorry, that's
Queen.
Cute.
just a quote that I like to say that's like a classic Noah Centineo kind of thing. Have you guys seen the new To All the Boys I
Oh
Loved
my
Before
God.
movie? I
No, I
haven't.
really
No,
I
want to
literally
watch
I
it.
like I don't want to
I
watch it because
can't.
it's like he's so crazy. He'll like pull off a sheet mask and like think that it hurts. And I'm like, okay, King. Like it's literally
Did you see the thing where he's at like a bowling
yeah.
alley and he's
It's
like dancing nude and
terrifying.
staring into the
No,
camera?
literally live your life like Noah Centineo.
Uh,
Yeah.
Literally live your life like him and you will never ever be stressed anymore. Fun fact. Noah Centineo does
yeah,
not get
that's
stressed.
how
Queen.
that works.
He does not have anxiety. No,
No, obviously not.
guys,
I don't think
fun
he really
fact.
cares about anything.
Have you read like People magazine? Anybody listening?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
Okay, so
before.
Yeah.
I like to read it because there's this one section that's like stars. They're just like you. They eat pizza. They walk their dogs. And it's like they
Oh
have
yeah.
brunch. It's like what the okay. Literally so true. Like everybody gets stressed, even like really successful people. And I'm sure
Even Noah
even
They have
Centineo.
freaking Noah
brunch.
Centineo and your friend that got into an Ivy League, whoever's out there who has a friend that got into an Ivy League, girl, they get stressed too, and they will get stressed. Do you know, girl, at MIT, do you know how many people are freaking stressed? Probably like
0.
150% of that population. That's not even an accurate number, but like literally,
Yeah. Probably 200% because they're double
yeah,
stressed for one
exactly.
person.
So if you're going to
Ooh.
MIT, go off. Like you worked hard to get there, but just know everybody is stressed at one point in their lives. It doesn't matter what college you go to, whether it's MIT or like
Also,
National
guys,
University, which is like an online school. But yeah.
guys, like, don't forget that this is only like a part of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, yeah, stressing is valid, and I get that. But also, like, in 10 years, you're going to be stressing about something else. So this is kind of irrelevant,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
So I think that we kind of forget that this isn't the end of the world because, like, this is what we're living right now. So obviously, it's like the most relevant thing. But, like, you're gonna hopefully live for a bit longer. So
Ayo.
there will be more for you to worry about, you know?
Yeah, that really like put things into perspective for me because I'm turning 17 next week and I'll be so in like 10 years I'll be
That's
like 27
Yes.
terrifying.
and I'll have a
Dude,
completely
27
different
is 3
life.
times 9. You will be 3 times older than
Whoa.
how old you were when you were 9. How wild is that? Do you guys ever think
Crazy to
like
think about.
multiplication tables have like different numbers or have different have
What?
like different
Girl,
personalities? Like 3 times 9 equals 27. I don't know why,
the
but it just makes
numbers?
sense to me. But also like
Yeah,
3
it
times
does.
8 equals
Okay.
24 just does not add up. 4 times 6 equals 24 adds up. That adds
No,
the
it
frick
doesn't.
up. Well, it multiplies the frick up. But
Adds up.
anyways, literally
Yeah.
7 squared being 49. Yuck. Yuck, 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 yuck. 7 times 9,
5 times, no, 7
56.
times 8.
That's gross.
Yeah. Anyway, not amazing.
Anyways, I just wanted to say that. Even numbers can be stressed.
Wow.
True.
Well, I think that was a very good place. Oh wait, no, we have like, okay, how much time do we have, ladies?
20 minutes.
Oh, Jesus, okay.
But I don't, yeah.
So, Does anyone have anything they want to add?
Guys, I just want to say my ACT tutor has just moved our appointment to Friday. I'm very excited because now I have time to take her class and stuff. See, you ask for what you want and then you get it. Because if there's an ability, if it was like, okay, your ACT is on Friday, you have to have this session. If an ACT were, okay, let's say you have a session on Friday and you cannot get the work done by then, and you have your ACT on Saturday, and you're like, oh shoot, like I cannot push this back. That's when you have to be like, okay, maybe I'll just stay up a little later and finish this up and like just get it done. Yeah, sacrifice a little bit. But if you can sacrifice just a little bit of dignity to reschedule like a second time, dude, dignity is always worth to be sacrificed because you can always build the frig back up. Like dignity is it's like a very renewable energy source. Like it is not fossil fuels. It will not run out. You will always be able to regenerate what is not tangible. You know what I'm saying? And so like, if you think about it, you can kind of figure your way out of like rocky situations by just,
Oh yeah, guys, where there's a way,
where there is a will, there's a way, and where there is a free schedule, there is an ability to change an appointment. Ayo.
Girl, I am so lost. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I think it's cool that you got that rescheduled because you were so nervous about it earlier.
But
so I feel like we should all go around and manifest something that we want to happen. So Bella, what do you want to happen for you today?
I want to. Okay, I'm not gonna make it school related. I'm gonna spice it up because I was gonna say like I want to finish my essay, but I don't need a wish for that. I'll probably just do it. Or what are we doing? Manifesting? Is that what it's? I'm not making a wish. I'm manifesting. Okay.
True. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. That's so true.
I would like to. I would like there to not. I can't talk. I hope that Trader Joe's doesn't have a long line because I want to get a salad.
True.
Queen. Personally, I would like to go for a walk and have a single droplet of water fall onto my back.
Ooh.
That's it.
Like from the rain?
Yeah. Oh
just
my gosh.
from,
Wait, isn't that the
best?
Like after it rains,
I love
the
when
water's
that
kind of
happens.
dripping from the trees, and you can kind of smell the.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even when it's not raining,
like
I just sometimes get droplets on me.
That is the best freaking ever.
Maybe it's like, guys, maybe it's the birds.
It's like the universe, like. I mean, I hope.
Oh my gosh.
I take it as like it's the universe just being like, okay, you're
like
part of this world right now. You're part of this ecosystem.
Let's give you some, visual context and all that. Anyway, that like what I just said made no sense. I'm so sorry, you guys.
Okay. Visual context.
For real. And also, did you guys know that one time I was eating a hot dog in Laguna Beach and a bird pooped on my freaking face? Yes, and I thought that it was ketchup from the hot dog. Nobody helped me. Nobody in that restaurant. A bird flew into the restaurant, and we were like, "Oh, haha, crazy!" There's like a seagull, and it just pooped on my face, and it was like.
Did you eat it thinking it was ketchup?
Do you want to know?
No.
Yeah.
Yes. And it.
Oh no.
Guys, if you work in a restaurant and somebody has bird poop in their mouth from a bird that you let in the restaurant and didn't try to get out, try to help them or console them a little bit. Don't ignore them, especially when it's a 9-year-old child. Dude, I just remembered that.
Memory.
Holy moly.
Oh my god. Girl.
Wow.
I won't try to bring it up for you, but I am in shock right now.
What an
I didn't
experience.
swallow it. I washed it out of my mouth. Oh my god.
Well, yeah,
That's
I'd
what he
hope you
said.
didn't swallow it. Oh my god.
Guys, that's so
Anyway.
crazy. If you're like, if you don't like inappropriate jokes, I'm very sorry. I love
Bird
that's what
poop?
she said and
Oh.
that's what he said jokes. They're so funny. Because it's so easy. So easy.
And if you don't like bird poop on your hot dogs
So
or on your
true.
face, this is not
No,
the
but like
podcast
at
for
least
you.
none of
And
you
I
guys had to go
invite
through
you
that
to go listen to
experience.
something
I'm just
else.
telling you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'd be
No, I'm literally
traumatized.
not
I'm so
traumatized by
sorry
it
that
though.
happened to
Which
you.
it's funny. I think I like blocked it out of my
Okay, queen.
queen of not being traumatized. I think I blocked it out of my memory, I'm gonna be honest, which is kind of trauma. Like you know how
Yeah.
like I don't
just a
remember a
little
lot of 7th grade. And then I realized that's because I trauma. Well, not even
Trauma.
like trauma, because like I don't like using the word trauma
Yeah.
for like stupid middle school things, because it's like people actually go through like horrible things that I couldn't even imagine, but it's kind of true.
Yeah.
Guys, quote
I
of the
wore cat
day:
ears
we
every day to
all
school.
have different levels of trauma, and that doesn't make it less trauma than the other. Thank you.
But
Oh,
it
traumatic.
doesn't make it less trauma than the other. Okay.
I think it does make it less traumatic. Like being excluded from a middle school get together for Secret Santa, let's say,
Oh my
hypothetically.
god. Oh, that's really
um
specific. Yeah. Hypothetically.
that's
I feel like your teacher should have never let that happen, but they
true.
did
Well,
anyway.
no, like they like went to like a friend's house and then like posted on their story all of their like
Oh.
Secret Santa gifts. And me being the annoying little
Oh.
7th grader that I was like, no invite, haha. And then I realized, no invite, no haha. No haha for that one.
Oh, no, haha.
Anyways, but that's like traumatic. But it's not
It's
as
okay.
traumatic as like surviving a house fire. But it
Yeah,
doesn't
true.
mean that it's not trauma. There
Yeah,
we
but
go.
it still sucks.
So if you've ever been excluded
Yeah.
from a Secret Santa thing in middle school, maybe, if that could happen to anybody. I don't know if it could, but it could happen to anyone. Even if,
It could happen
you
to
know,
anyone at any time.
they thought they were really good friends. But anyways, that's still that is still
Oh.
gonna affect a lot of things. But it doesn't mean that it's not as important. Oh, and that's why it doesn't mean that it's not as important as like, I don't know, surviving a house fire. Again. Anyways, I freaking digress.
Yeah.
I see where
Also,
you're going.
procrastination could be related to past things.
Yeah, like if you have a Secret Santa now and you are procrastinating getting gifts for people because you have that trauma of hypothetically not being invited to the middle school one because you think that like they're just going to cancel or something, but then do it without you,
True.
then you might
Or like you
procrastinate
might,
it.
I don't know. There's so many things.
Yeah. Well,
The fact of life is.
Well, yes. And on that note, I think it is time for us to go our separate ways. Make sure that you follow us on Instagram at CCA Ravenly. Check out CCA Pals for Pals related stuff. Make sure to subscribe or follow or whatever not you like to do because
Okay,
you like
Ryan.
us and we
Oh my
like you.
gosh.
Poems by
Wait,
Sarah.
I remember
Ryan.
I made a really good rhyme yesterday and the customer didn't hear me. Okay, this is the
Girl,
rhyme.
spit
This is the
the
rhyme.
oh.
No.
So we have 2 lounge burgers, both with a gluten-free bun, no pickles, no onions, and what was the last line? No pickles, no onions. No. Oh my gosh.
But we're still having
No
fun.
pickles, no. I'm not remembering it.
If Sophie remembers, we will put it in the bio.
True.
Yes. Or you can check
We
that
will.
next
We
week
have
and
to
it'll
remember
say
to
that
do
the
that
start of
now.
the
Ooh,
episode.
that's even better.
Yeah, I'll
Okay,
remember. I
Mama.
never
I live for
forget
that.
anything ever.
Anyways. Me too.
I'm joking.
I'm
I
literally
forget
only
again.
good at
Anyway.
remembering numbers. Oh my gosh. Gluten-free bun.
That's flex.
And what was it?
Okay.
Drinks? We don't sell Capri Suns. And anyways.
Okay.
Well, we'll catch you on
Okay.
the
Yeah.
flip side about that one.
It sounds good.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay. Well, it was nice talking with you guys. I hope you have an amazing day and try not to stress yourself out too much. Take a cool little. Why don't you
True.
guys go
No, literally
photosynthesize
take a walk.
outside
It's
for a
so
little bit?
fun.
Just sit
Like, if you're
outside
like,
in the
oh, I
sun.
don't want to
It's a
go on a
beautiful
walk.
day.
Gross.
Yeah. Feel
Mhm.
some droplets on you. Some birdseed.
Gross.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Okay, guys.
Thank you for
Lovely.
listening.
Bye.
Not gross.